Alrighty guys, so in today's video we are continuing our Call of Duty Platinum series. In my last video I got the Platinum Trophy for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, and in today's video we are getting the Platinum Trophy for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Originally released in 2019, Call of Duty Modern Warfare is a reboot of the Modern Warfare franchise. Now I'm sure I speak for most fans of the Call of Duty series and they would agree that this game is up there as one of the better Call of Duty games produced. When I think back to this game, I instantly am reminded of the initial Warzone games and just how good gaming was back then during the epidemic of COVID-19. For me, this is certainly true. However, one other aspect of this game that I think is severely underrated is the game's campaign. If there was only one little blight on this game, it would be that the Spec Ops is just absolutely terrible, but other than that, it is very close to being perfection. Now, in regards to Platinum trophies, this is actually probably the easiest Platinum in the entire Call of Duty series. It is rated at a 3 out of 10 for difficulty, will require one playthrough, and take approximately 10 hours to complete. The trophy list is extremely straightforward, and our playthrough can be divided up into two stages. Stage 1 is completing the campaign on veteran difficulty so we can get the Out of the Fire trophy, and then stage 2 is cleaning up any of the miscellaneous trophies that we might have missed in the missions from the main campaign playthrough. So with our introduction complete, let's get into our Platinum Trophy journey. So there are a total of 27 trophies that we need to collect to get the Platinum Trophy for Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and all of these are tied to the campaign. However, compared to several Call of Duties previously, there are no specific trophies for each individual level. There are only trophies for completing certain tasks in each level. So if you're wanting to go about platinuming this game in the most efficient way possible, I would have a guide up so you can check which trophy is associated with each level. Now, some of these trophies are best left to do on recruit difficulty, as veteran can be quite difficult to get some of the miscellaneous tasks done. However, I did try to get as many done as I could in my first playthrough. So the very first mission of the game is Fog of War, and here CIA operative Alex joins a US Marine team in Verdansk to raid a chemical weapons facility. Intel from the CIA indicates that there are chemical weapons located at this facility and that it may be used on the Western world. And so after bombing the facility, we then infiltrate in and we get absolutely slaughtered. Oh, okay. Bro, again? Oh my god. Oh my god. Now, just like our previous game in Modern Warfare 3, we get absolutely thrown straight into the deep end here and literally have about 10 deaths in the first 5 minutes of the game. Okay, so it was actually 7 deaths that we had, and look, the majority of them were my bad for just not playing this game and respecting the veteran difficulty. However, we finally found the chemical weapons. And then no sooner we had found them and were about to leave, we were then ambushed by an unknown group who stole the chemical weapons.
Marines, Amitan. Nazimitarak. Paran. Marako. Hello. Hello.
We then go into our next mission, Piccadilly, and here we get to play as Sergeant Kyle Garrick, and London has erupted in chaos. The terrorist group Al-Qatala strikes in the centre of the city of London, blowing up a car bomb and then having several mercenaries on foot killing innocent civilians. How do we know that was going to happen? Garrick must fight his way through all of the civilians and neutralise the Piccadilly Square, and here he gets to meet the legend, Captain John Price. Thank you, boys.
I see you. You are
That's Price.
Yes, sir.
It's our boy.
Captain Price.
Sergeant Garrick.
You with me?
My man. After neutralising the square, Kyle and Captain Price prepare to take this fight globally against Al-Qatala.
They sent us in half-assed, so everyone can just keep pretending we're not at war.
Yeah, like the fucking century, that is.
Why have we got our hands tied? Let's just take the bloody gloves off and fight.
Our next main mission is Embedded, and here we get to play as Alex and we meet the rebel leader Farah Karim. Disguised as locals, our objective in this mission is to sneak into this Russian artillery base and plant some explosives on their helicopters. Now this is your typical Modern Warfare stealth style mission, however you also get to earn the missable trophy Play Dead for killing all the enemies in the field of bodies. Oh my god, no way.
Don't move.
Oh wow, okay.
Don't move.
Bro, I have to kill them. Now I know that Call of Duty veteran playthroughs are meant to be harder than usual, however this was just ridiculously hard and I died 12 times in a row trying to pop this trophy here. Just needed a stronger gun.
We're in a hurry.
There we go, Play Dead. Now besides the little trophy sequence, I didn't actually die in this mission and it was pretty easy, and Farah and Alex finally found the tunnels to sneak into the Russian airbase.
Hadir has a plan.
Our next main mission was Proxy War, and here we continue with Alex and Farah, and this time as part of her militia group we are going to storm a Russian airbase. Now this mission is just a full assault of a Russian airbase, and it is full of plenty of action sequences and a few little tricky spots, but this mission is where we really start to get the trophies popping. After pushing through the initial waves of enemies, you will then enter in the compound, and here you will have 2 helicopters that approach you. The first trophy you can get is Long Way Down, and this is for crashing an enemy helicopter by shooting the pilot. That should have worked, yeah, Long Way Down. Okay, cool, so that got us that trophy. And the next 2 trophies you can stack together. The first one is Ashes to Ashes, where you need to burn 4 enemies with a single Molotov. And the second one is Wildfire, for taking down a flying helicopter with a Molotov. Now the easiest way to get these trophies is just snipe the first plane out of the sky, and then if you want to, you can then restart the checkpoint and wait for the helicopter to land and then just throw your Molotov on top of it. There we go, Ashes to Ashes. Wildfire. Alex and Farah successfully raid the airbase, however are cornered by Russian reinforcements in the armory. However, air support from the US Army rolls in, and then we get to take over control of an attack chopper and kill all of the Russian reinforcements. I only died 10 times in this mission, and Alex, Hadir and Farah then take control of the Russian airbase. Our next main mission was Clean House, and here we return to London to play as Garrick and Price, and we have to raid a townhouse that is linked to Al-Qatala. Now this is by far my favourite mission in the entire game, and all you do is go floor by floor and stealthily kill all enemies in the house. Now there are 2 missable trophies in this level, and one of them is probably the hardest in the entire game, however I didn't get them done on my first playthrough and we will come back and get them at the end. After successfully clearing out the house, we then find intel on the location of the Wolf. Now the Wolf is a high-ranking officer in Al-Qatala, and he is our next target.
Well, the townhouse was a gold mine. Looks like we found the wolf.
Our next main mission is Hunting Party, and here we return to play as Alex, and we need to infiltrate a hospital that has recently been overtaken by Al-Qatala. Now this is another smash and grab mission where you just have to work your way through waves and waves of enemies, and gradually you end up at the hospital. There is, however, one missable trophy that you can get in this level, and that is Press Boom to defuse, and that is for blowing up 3 tripwires with explosives. During the level, you will come across 3 to 4 tripwire traps that are on stairs and in certain doorways. To get this trophy, what you will need to do is you will need to throw a frag grenade and land it so that it is next to the explosive that you can defuse, and then when it blows up, you will then get your trophy. Press boom to defuse. After defeating all of Al-Qatala's resistance in the hospital, we successfully corner the Wolf in the room and then capture him. Nice.
We got you, brother. You're all right.
Good, Alex?
Good, Griggs. Omar Suleiman, you are now in custody of Special Operations Force. Do exactly as you're told, or you're a dead man.
Our next main mission is the Embassy, and here we return to play as Kyle. After finding out that the Wolf has been captured, Al-Qatala retaliates, and the US Embassy in Urzikstan is now under attack. As Kyle and Captain Price make their way towards the embassy, the helicopter is shot down by an RPG, and then Al-Qatala infiltrates the embassy and all chaos breaks loose. The mission now turns from a basic extraction to complete survival, and the group get together and move the wolf to a safe house. Al-Qatala, however, know the location of the safe house and prepare an ambush and assault the group. And in this combat section is where you can get the Love from Above trophy for destroying 4 trucks with 4 drone strikes before they reach the end of their path. After defeating a few waves of enemies, you will then get access to a drone strike ability. And now all you have to do in this section is just lead your shots slightly in front of the car and you should blow them up every single time. Now you do get unlimited ammo here, so even if you miss your first shot, you can then keep spamming the drone strike and you will gradually hit the car. You just have to make sure that they don't stop and no passengers get out. Love from Above. After successfully defending against the waves of Al-Qatala troops, we return to the safe house to check on the wolf's cell and discover that he has escaped. They knew.
He's gone.
They breached the wall.
Fucking hell. They got him, Captain.
We will find him.
Our next main mission is Highway of Death, and here Alex and Farah set up an ambush on the infamous Highway of Death to try to capture the wolf. However, instead of ambushing the wolf, Hadir fills a truck up of gas and blows it up, killing every single person in the area. The group then rush towards the tunnels where the gas masks are stored, and this then leads us into the next mission. The use of gas creates a divide between Farah and Hadir, and then Hadir leaves us.
We had no choice, Farah. All bets are off now.
Bro just literally used gas and has destroyed everyone.
Sister.
Our next main mission is Hometown, and this is a flashback to 20 years ago when the Russians first invaded Urzikstan. Here we get to see the story of Farah's childhood in Urzikstan, and we watch her father get murdered, her get her first kill, and then alongside her brother Hadir, they survive the massacre, however are captured by General Barkov. All two. Mason's good.
So you're the little devils that killed my soldiers. Отлично.
Yeah, Barkov trains him up. Our next main mission is the Wolf's Den, and here Alex and Farah have tracked the wolf to an underground cave complex, and here they plan to kill him. Now, when you first enter into the underground tunnels, you can earn the trophy Tunnel Rat. To get this trophy, you need to complete the mission The Wolf's Den using only the 1911 pistol. Now, this trophy is actually a lot easier than it seems, and if you just take your time, you'll be able to kill all of the enemies on veteran difficulty with no worries at all. The only thing that you need to keep an eye out for is ammo, and I suggest that after you kill every enemy, you quickly run over their bodies to check in case they have dropped some 1911 pistol ammo. Now, around halfway through this mission, the stairs leading out of the tunnel will catch on fire, and here you need to climb up a series of ladders to escape them. This is a great opportunity to earn the Hang Time trophy for killing 3 enemies while you are on a ladder. There are 3 ladders that you need to climb, and if you just look around while on each one, you should kill 3 enemies and pop your next trophy. Just kill. Yeah, there we go. Hang Time. Now at the end of the tunnels, we find the wolf. However, he has a bomb strapped to his chest. And we only have 20 seconds to defuse it.
Still counting. We can disarm it, Alex.
Oh, bro, I'm so gonna shit the bed.
20 seconds.
Cut the wire exactly when I say, not before.
Okay.
Ready.
Green wire. In 3.
Dude, she said green wire. Man, oh my lord.
In 3, 2, 1. Cut.
Shit.
Bro. No. Okay, so I gotta wait for her to say cut. For God's sakes. Now, clearly I wasn't born to be a soldier in a high-pressure situation. However, I did find Farah's instructions a little bit ambiguous, but it was pretty funny on reflection to die here a few times purely because I couldn't cut the wire. How many platinums have you got, bro? Tunnel Rat. Oh my. Our next main mission is Captive, and this is another flashback mission to 10 years ago where Farah was captured by General Barkov and tortured and starved. However, this mission also shows us her escape from the Russian prison and then gives us a little bit more insight into her hatred for General Barkov. Now, at the start of this mission, we are interrogated by General Barkov, and if you press the R2 or R3 button, you get to spit in his face instead of answering the question, and this gets you the trophy, Got Something on Your Face. There we go, that's a trophy. got something on
Playing
your
it
face.
rough.
As the base is then bombed by rebel forces, Farah takes this opportunity to escape. Now, while escaping, you reach this open area full of several enemies, and in a watchtower right at the back of the map is a sniper. Here is where you get to earn the miscellaneous trophy, Dodge the Bullet, and this is for never getting hit by the sniper while escaping captivity. Now, this trophy is pretty easy to get and can be done on Veteran. Basically, if you get hit by the sniper, just load your last checkpoint and keep progressing until you reach each checkpoint throughout the area. Oh no, dodge the bullet, there we go. Our next main mission is Old Comrades, and here we are trying to track down the Butcher. Kyle and Captain Price arrive in St. Petersburg to track him down, and throughout this mission is where you can earn the trophy Hot Swap. Now, in order to get this trophy, you need to get at least 1 kill with 8 different weapons when completing this mission. It is pretty straightforward as long as you keep track of all of the guns that you have used and you pick them up off the enemies that you kill, and you should pop this trophy pretty easily. After the Butcher leads us on a wild chase through the streets of St. Petersburg, we finally capture him and then question him, which then leads us to the location of the gas. I thought this Here, there we go, Hot Swap. Yes!
You can't hurt me.
Our next main mission is Going Dark, and here Captain Price and Garrick go in at night and stealthily infiltrate Barkov's estate. Now, during this mission, you can earn the Lights Out trophy for shutting off the power to the 4 buildings that you need to infiltrate. After infiltrating the mansion, we find Hadir, and he gives up the location of Barkov's gas factory, and this is where we are going to make our final stand. And so our last mission of the game is Into the Furnace, and here is where the crew joins all together and we storm Barkov's gas factory. After storming the factory, Alex sacrifices himself with one of the charges in order to blow up the gas. Barkov, recognizing that all hope is lost, tries to flee the factory in a helicopter. However, little does he know that Farah has managed to climb aboard and is going to kill him.
Barkov is wheeled up.
Now, this ending cutscene was pretty graphic, so I'm not going to show it so I don't get banned on YouTube, but Farah successfully kills Barkov, and this sparks the end of the campaign. Farah!
What's the status?
Captain, Barkov is dead.
Proper pint.
Tea time.
Russia disowned Barkov.
Well, they didn't have much choice, did they?
Out of the fire.
He's dead.
Now, I absolutely love this campaign, and I thought Infinity Ward did a great job at reinvigorating the Modern Warfare franchise. I absolutely love how they brought back old characters to keep that iconic Modern Warfare feel, but they also added in new ones that complemented the story really well. And so at the end of the campaign, I had earned a total of 18 of the 27 required trophies. Now, I would highly recommend that for the remaining 11 trophies that you need to get, you go back through and pick the specific mission that you need to do and complete it on Recruit difficulty in order to complete the objectives. So the very first mission that I had to return to was Fog of War, and in this mission we get to earn the trophy Nothing But Net, and that is for neutralizing the Fog of War machine gun with a frag grenade.
MG down!
The next mission I then had to return to was Embedded, and this will likely be the longest miscellaneous trophy that you ever get. In order to get the Companion Block trophy, you have to carry this cinder block that you get at the start of the level all the way through to when you enter into the tunnels. Now, on Recruit difficulty, it isn't very hard, but you do need to drop it and pick it back up again when you encounter enemies, so you just need to remember where you dropped it.
You lost good people today.
That is the cost of this war. Now let's take Barkov's airbase, so their deaths are not in vain.
We're in for a hell of a fight.
The next mission I then had to return to was Clean House, and here we have 2 miscellaneous trophies to collect. The first one is Wall Hacks, which is for saving Alpha 3-2 from being downed, and then Golden Path for completing Clean House without being hit and using only 1 bullet per threat. Now, in order to get the Wall Hacks trophy, all you need to do is, as you are going up the 2nd level stairs, is shoot as many bullets as possible through this door, and you should kill the enemy on the other side, which will stop Alpha 3-2 from being downed.
Taking the 3rd floor.
Now, in order to get the Golden Path trophy, I suggest that you get a guide up and just have a quick look at it before you enter in and complete this mission. You have to make sure that you shoot each enemy when they have a gun, and you cannot get hit by any bullet, and you also cannot miss a shot. It does sound a lot harder than it actually is, and you can restart at checkpoints if you do happen to muck anything up.
Trust the place, Sergeant.
From here, I then returned to Piccadilly in order to get the Circus Tour trophy. Now, you do actually have to go a fair way out of your way to get this trophy in the mission Piccadilly, but you basically have to go underground here, kill all the enemies before they can execute the civilians, head into the restaurant and kill a few more enemies, and then also head into the museum and kill some enemies.
Copy, Sergeant. Suspects are retreating.
I then returned to Going Dark, and here I needed to get the We Own the Night trophy for killing all enemies at the church, clock tower and pool without anyone calling for backup. Now, I would absolutely recommend doing this on recruit difficulty, as you are much harder to spot, but also you will likely need to follow along with a guide, as you need to kill certain enemies in order to get certain enemies to spawn in. It is very easy to miss one or two enemies, and if you do not kill a certain enemy at a certain time, you may need to completely restart the mission, which just gets super frustrating. I then returned to Hunting Party in order to get the Good Effect on Target trophy. When you enter into the hospital here, you will see a soldier lying down on the bed, and if you throw a smoke grenade at him and hit him directly and kill him, you will pop this trophy. And then finally, my very last trophy was Warheads on Foreheads, and we had to return to the mission Old Comrades here and reach Barkov's lab entrance using only the drone strikes. Now, this is really the only trophy I would really recommend getting done on recruit difficulty, as you just die way too quickly on veteran and it becomes really, really frustrating. But if you just take your time and move from cover to cover and wait for the drone to reload, you will eventually reach Barkov's entrance and pop your next trophy.
Nice for the charges!
Modern Warfare 2019 was without a doubt one of the most enjoyable Call of Duty Platinums that I have gotten so far in this series. As always guys, if you have made it this far, please let me know down below in the comments what Call of Duty you would like me to Platinum next, and please hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't. I will see you guys all in the next one.